of Taiwan, I'm Ethan Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. A group of visiting Swedish lawmakers has met with Taiwan's President Taiwan. During the meeting, one member of parliament voiced his support for Taiwan.
The fact that Taiwan is excluded from a number of important international organizations, and this despite the fact that most of the free world consider Taiwan as a significant international player in trade, diplomacy and democracy, is of course completely unacceptable.
Weishel says the four-member delegation will continue to push for Taiwan's participation in international organizations. The country is excluded from bodies like the World Health Organization and the International Civil Aviation Organization due to pressure from China. The Swedish delegation is in Taiwan until May 19th and will discuss issues such as trade and defending democracy against what Weishel called authoritarian forces. Taiwan's legislative speaker has met a number of high-profile figures on his trip to Washington, D.C. Yo Shi-kun on Wednesday met with Michael McCaul, chair of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. On the committee's website, McCaul said he and Yo spoke about the importance of bilateral relations and U.S. support for Taiwan's democracy. Their talk covered arms sales and a potential tax agreement. On the same day, Yo also met with the former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. The details of their talk weren't made public. A photo of the two shows Pelosi holding a sign on which Yo had written "Democracy will prevail." Yo also met former NBA star Enes Kanter-Freedom. The player says he has been frozen out of the league because of his outspoken criticism of China and support for Taiwan.
The most important thing we talked about today was what can we do to keep Taiwan free, because the relationship between America and Taiwan is getting stronger and stronger every day. So I think it is important for me to show my support to the people of Taiwan and also the President Tsai, because I know she is a big basketball fan.
Taiwan's Costco branches have recalled yet another frozen berry product that tested positive for hepatitis A contamination. It's part of the growing issues involving the safety of imported food products in the country. Joyce Zhen looks at why.
One of the things Taiwan is best known for is its food scene. Daytime markets like these offer up fresh produce, while visitors to the country's night markets can find a variety of sweet and savory snacks. But Taiwan has had a complicated history with food safety, with some of the latest scandals involving imported goods.
The latest scare? Frozen berries tainted with hepatitis A sold in the Taiwan branches of American wholesaler Costco. Last month, imports of the company's Kirkland brand mixed berry and blueberry products tested positive for the virus, and now new batches of its frozen strawberries have too. The berries are now a part of a growing list of recalled food products. That's included Indonesian instant noodles, Haagen-Dazs ice cream, and even baby formula. Ruben Wong, a public health professor at National Taiwan University, says a driving factor behind these incidents are Taiwan's changing eating habits.
Previously, for Chinese, we often eat like cooked food. We didn't eat those ready-to-eat food. These eating habits actually came from the foreign countries.
This change means more reliance on supermarkets with imported goods, as opposed to traditional outdoor vendors and night markets. Wang says scale matters here.
For night market, because they are individual person to prepare the food, so the damage is not that big compared to the food that is selling from the big companies.
As food trends cross borders, there is more reliance on preserving the goods to last the journey. Wang says this means there are unknown risks for the consumer.
There are a lot of food distributed nowadays, new food and new technologies involved in the food processing. We don't know about the new contaminants, so people have to be more vigilant about their food they're eating right now.
Taiwan first passed its food sanitation law in 1975 and since then has expanded its oversight of food safety. The country now has at least 4 different government bodies dedicated to monitoring food-related health issues. But Wang says they may not be well enough equipped to keep track of new products from overseas.
Though new tech can help preserve food for longer, the science behind it is still developing. For now, Taiwanese consumers can stick to the idea that fresh is best. Klein Wong and Joyce Sun for TaiwanPlus.
The World Health Organization said last week that Mpox is no longer a global health emergency, but cases are still spreading in Taiwan. Sam Robbins takes a look at the government's prevention response.
Taiwan recorded 12 new domestic cases of Mpox this week, bringing the total to 81 since March. The country's Centers for Disease Control also expects cases to rise for the rest of May and into June. The Mpox virus was formerly known as monkeypox. Even as the World Health Organization is downgrading the severity of Mpox internationally, in the short term at least, the situation is likely to get worse in Taiwan. The country confirmed domestic transmissions had taken place in March. From that time, Taiwan purchased vaccines and set up a system to allow people to register for jabs. But activists say the initial response was not enough.
就是大家在登记疫苗的时候，很像是在抢演唱会，非常的困难，大概几分钟就结束了这样。
Now that Taiwan has more vaccines, the main challenge has been ensuring that at-risk populations have access to and are willing to get a jab. Mpox is not a sexually transmitted disease. It spreads through skin contact, but the disease has mostly spread among the LGBTQ community and in particular, men who have sex with men. Taiwan Tongzhi Hotline Association President Sean Du has said that there has been much negative discussion online and that some doctors and politicians have made statements targeting the LGBTQ community.
我担心会让一些大众会误会成是说，好像是少数族群没有顾好，然后传播到给更多的人这样子。我觉得这样说法其实对防疫是蛮没有帮助的。
But the government is now trying to work with communities. Dr. Stephane Wenwei-Gu says that this is something that Taiwan has learned from the COVID-19 pandemic.
我觉得CDC 也在这个疫苗的这些政策上面，除了找专家讨论之外，也会跟社群、跟卫生局或者跟医院各地做沟通。
The Taiwan Tongzhi Hotline Association has been hosting events and putting together resources, like these images, to ensure at-risk groups have information about prevention and vaccination. Activists and doctors say that when the government works with these communities, it's good for public health and public trust. Damon Lin and Sam Robbins for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan has often won praise for its national healthcare system, which, however, has long been plagued with funding issues. Now the health ministry says its total health insurance budget for 2024 will be close to $500 million less than in past years. Jeremy Olivier explains why.
Checking in at a local hospital, a familiar sight in Taiwan, where all residents are covered by single-payer health insurance. But this year, the health ministry has changed how it calculates the budget for the nation's healthcare. It expects that this will cut funding for the National Health Insurance System, or NHI, by nearly $490 million in 2024.
会有高高低低。那我们有看到说每2年高2年低，在2年前出现负值，所以后来专家学者大家都同意说用4年的平均，所以才有他们认为说，今年的计算的方式让他们少了很多钱。
This budget reduction could seriously impact both hospitals and the people they serve, as patients may need to pay more out of pocket for certain procedures. Healthcare professionals have criticized the plan, saying it could keep people from getting the medical attention they need.
那对于这些非常昂贵的医疗新的治疗方法，它就会进到健保的速度就会延宕，因为健保没有钱了。
Others say the issue has been politicized by the current administration.
已经把健保当成一个这个选举的一个政策的这个吸票机啊，所以大打出来的是明年健保是不会涨啊，那不会涨，它的用的方式呢，反而还把健保价往下砍哦。
As Taiwan's population rapidly ages, the country is set to shoulder an ever-growing healthcare burden. Doctors say the government will need to find a way to ensure that they can keep providing patients with the best treatments and care possible. Howard Zhang and Jeremy Olivier for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories. Finally, we leave you with images of people celebrating the 10-year anniversary of gay marriage legalization in Paris, France. I'm Ethan Liu, and I'll see you next time.